All right, take two. I will call to order the Public Utility Commission meeting for Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. Could we please start with the roll call?
All righty. Tom Bystricky,
Here.
Joyce Hall,
Here.
Andy Hayes,
Here.
Susie Coram,
Here.
Pat Nolan,
Here.
Dave Preisel, Scott Snyder. And then if there's anyone else here, could you please state your name and where you're from, please?
Yeah, I'm Eric Kivisto with Market & Johnson.
I think you're muted, Tyler. Or something.
I heard him.
How about now?
Oh, did you? Oh, now I can hear you.
All
All right. Tyler Westfield of Studio EA.
Okay, perfect. So we do have a quorum, so we can proceed.
right, thank you very much. Let's move on to item 2 is approval of last meeting's minutes where we didn't really go over very much. Did everybody have a chance to look at those? Do I have a motion to approve those?
Move to approve. Second.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Anybody opposed? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, that passes. My video here is really screwing me up. I'm sorry about that.
We'll get through it.
We'll move on to new business here. 3.1, action on the proposed service addition.
Okay, sorry about that. So action on the proposed service center. So in your packet, you've got an issue sheet for me. Just kind of laying out, Eric had put this together, just kind of laying out the timeline of what we've been talking about, and kind of where the numbers have been showing up as we move through the whole entire process. So you can see on August 5th, the conceptual budget was a little over 5.9 million. August 29th, it jumped up to about 6.1. Everything went out on October 4th for bids. February 4th, Market Johnson, Studio EA, plan set and budget for the new addition alternatives were approved. So the budget, development budget at that time was a little over 5.3 million. We had a bid package and all that kind of stuff on April 23rd. May 13th, we're presenting the final guaranteed maximum price to build the new addition with a final guaranteed maximum price of $4,790,599. There's an anticipated construction start date June 2nd, 2025, with a completion date of June 12th, 2025. So in your packet, so that's kind of just my issue sheet on a timeline and where we got to where we were. I am unable to share my screen, so Eric is going to share his what I had sent over in the packet. So Eric, if you want to share, I don't know if I need to give you permission or not.
Yeah, it looks like it says disabled share. So if you could give me permission.
Oh God. Okay, try that now.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to work.
Okay. Yeah, so Eric will bring up his screen here. And then we can just kind of walk right through that. So first you're looking at, that's just the issue sheet that we had that's in your packet. And then if we scroll down to the next couple pages, you'll see kind of a conceptual design, which you've seen that one before.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Okay, so basically that is just going to be, that's just kind of our landscape plan, just showing an overview of what the building, where it's going to sit, what it's going to look like, kind of when we're done with it. If you see over there on the east side, we're adding some grass in, some swales to take care of any runoff that we have back in that northwest or that northeast corner. There's going to be just a little retention pond back in there, and then also one out towards the front of the property too. So Eric, if you want to scroll down to the next couple. So this is a design concept of what everything will look like when it's completed. So you've got the front of the facility there that is facing Hagen, with the two entrances going into the new garage area, with a little island there in the middle. It's kind of just stuff we had to do to appease cities' standards that they have for road construction and different things like that. And then the second one down below is going to be the rear view of the facility. So you can see the existing 5 doors that we have there currently, and then the existing 2 on the new facility. And then with the little structure over the little patio area there. So that gives us just kind of an idea of what we're looking to build and what we're looking to have approved tonight. So if you want, Eric, you can maybe scroll up to the next page, which we will start getting into kind of the costs of everything, how this all broke down. So on this page, this is kind of just an overview of everything right here. So you can kind of see, if you go through the work categories on the left-hand column, and then the middle column, it's the work category description. It tells what it is, the projected costs, and then the construction budget costs. And then also we list also the contractor that is responsible for that work in this project. So if you can kind of, we'll go through and take questions on this once I kind of just run through everything. So you can see all that from up top. If you scroll down to the contingencies, we've got enough money in there contingency wise. It's $394,710. Again, that is just contingency money. So that is if we do not use that money, that does come back to us, or it just does not get paid out. If you go down the construction management fees, those were all for the design and the construction management of this project, which were all approved prior to this. And then same down with the design fees, that is a fixed fee per studio EA. And then we've just got some other, small fees in there for any printing. We had to have Broad Intertech come in and do some geotechnical engineering on the soils. And then finally down there is the owner items, which we've got, $20,000 in for a pressure washer, $25,000 for a car lift, security system of $30,000, and then owner costs for furniture, fixtures, any other equipment that we might have for $30,000. And again, those are monies that if we do not use them, we just don't end up spending that money. So if you add all that up, it comes to a $4,790,599 price tag. So with all of that, is there questions? So basically we came in, if you look at the last sheet, our February 4th design budget or development budget that we had anticipated was 5.357. So we actually came in, $500,000 less than what we had anticipated throughout the course of this project. So we got great bids. We got great pricing on everything. The contractors are all ready to go. So I guess, is there any questions on anything in terms of this project?
Well, where's the money coming from?
We're getting that from our reserves, Pat.
Well, 50-50 water and sewer, according to the cash report.
Yeah,
sewer-
you're not seeing everything in them cash reports are not right.
Okay,
So you're not seeing our reserve funds in there.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a 50-50 split, water, wastewater. I am anticipating getting the Public Service Commission approval this week on this project. So I should be receiving that letter. They emailed me last week and said they were just waiting for the guy to sign it and then get that out. So all of our approvals should be done with the exception of you guys. So questions?
Eric, on 2 categories, on the cast in place concrete and on the rough carpentry building works, the amount that's listed on the construction budget sheet that you have up on your shared screen right now, for both of those categories, each one of those is $25,000 less than what's shown on the bid report sheets. Where you're
that's-
showing Market Johnson as the. How come what's that for?
Yep, that's a good question. So for cast in place concrete, unit masonry, and building works, like you said, Market and Johnson bid on those work categories competitively against other bidders. So we did individual bids for each work category, but we also did a combined bid. Our combined bid was $50,000 less than all the individual ones combined, if that makes sense.
Any other questions? Did that answer your question, Thomas?
Yeah, so
Okay,
your true number though is what's on this bid sheet that you have up right now and not on these individual bid reports. Correct?
Correct. If you do 238, if you do the three on this sheet, add it
Yeah.
together. And if I scroll down here really quick to, here we go, sorry. So can you see my screen? M and J
Yep.
combined. These three numbers together should equal the three numbers you see in that summary sheet.
Okay.
So that would be.
all right, any other questions? Okay, Eric, you can stop sharing then, I believe. Okay, so if there's no other questions, then we will need a motion and an action on this.
Move to approve.
Do we have a second? No second?
Well, if we got the money, I'll second it.
I was just still flipping through, looking at those numbers that he was just explaining.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
So when you say that we're not seeing the cash reports that will show the money, when or how will we see that?
You'll see them. I will actually get them to you and send them to you in a separate email. How
Okay,
about that? Yeah,
Thank you.
finance was unsure what we were looking for when I had them redo them this year or this month, but I will
Okay.
get them corrected and get them sent to you.
Thank you, Kip.
I mean, just ballparks, I think we're in the ballparks of between 7 and 8 million between both or per department, 7 to 8 million per department. So the money's there.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Eric, Tyler, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to item 3.2, action on the consumer confidence report.
The 2025 Consumer Confidence Report is complete. Hudson Public Utilities is pleased to provide you with this year's annual drinking water quality report. This report is designed to inform you about the quality of water and services we deliver to you every day. Our constant goal is to provide you with safe and dependable supply of drinking water. We want you to understand the efforts we make to continually improve the water treatment process and protect our water resources. We are committed to ensuring the quality of your water. We are pleased to report that your drinking water is safe and meets federal and state requirements. So in the packet, you've also got the water quality report, which has been sent to the DNR. It is also on our website. It is physically available at the service center and I believe City Hall. I'm not sure if it's available anywhere else. Was it the library, Michelle, maybe?
It's the library who drops some off, the police station as well, North Hudson Town Hall too, we drop some off. So there's
Okay.
several locations.
Okay, so basically what I need is just an action to accept the consumer confidence report and just put it on file. Any questions about it?
The only thing I noticed is that in the getting involved section, it still says that we meet every second Tuesday at the Hudson Utilities Service Center.
Oh, yeah, we even
After
went through
Zoom.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, no big deal, but we'll make that correction next month, next year for sure.
Yeah.
Good pick.
So I noticed in where it shows the range for all the various items, and then it shows level found and the sample date.
Okay,
Almost every single one, the level found is the high number on the range. It's
yeah,
unless I'm not reading right.
No, it's just that's on how they report it. So actually, I'm just trying to pick out what you're.
Yeah, so if you look at the
Yep, so you
column
got
that's,
your,
yeah,
I mean, we'll just
I
take
think
an
every
easy
single
one.
one of them, it shows what the range is, which is I'm assuming that's what the allowable levels are when it says range. Is that what that means?
Yes, the range should fall anywhere in between them. Yeah, I'm not sure why we get those, but what you want to look at is the violation part. So they might just put them
Yeah.
in there just because that is the top range of everything. But
Mhm.
what you want to look at is all the violations where, we have no
Right.
violations in any of that. We can get sample results. We're just not reporting them on here.
Oh, so those, when it shows the level found and the sample date, it's not actually our levels. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it should be our levels. I'm going to double
Oh.
check that.
Yeah, because every single one of them is the
Yeah.
top end of the range, which.
Yeah, we're gonna double see. We get this
Yeah.
basically. This is a copy and paste for us from DNR. So
Sure.
I am going to, yeah, I'm gonna look into that and just make sure. I believe it's right, but I'm not sure. So I will double check on that.
Thanks, Kip.
What I was wondering is if like they did that and then they just took like the highest value that was found
That could be
within
it
the
too,
range
Thomas.
and said that that was the level found. Because if you look at the PFAS part,
Yep.
that's where they give you the recommended HAL, which is the health advisory level.
Right.
And that's like one of the only ones that gives you like a part per million or part per trillion, I guess it is.
Right. Yeah, that's per trillion.
That would be like the violation.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check on this because I'm seeing other ones that are
Mhm.
not.
I think it's every one of them.
Yeah, it kind of
like
looks
that.
like that.
And it's
Okay.
just too ironic that it would be like
It is.
that.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check on that tomorrow.
All right. Thanks.
Let's
Kip.
just hold off on that.
Sure. Okay.
We'll table that.
Did you say though that this report is actually published though right now for the public to see?
Yeah, it's been published, but not that we can't republish either.
Okay.
Yeah, we can republish it too. If we have to. Let me get a clarification on that first.
Okay, well, let's table that one and move it to June. 3.3 is your guys' award, the Wisconsin Natural Resources Laboratory of the Year.
Yeah, so on April 9th, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources Board held their monthly meeting in Madison. Myself, Joe Intihar, James Naparella, and Kean Steffi were in attendance to receive the 2024 Wisconsin Registered Laboratory of the Year Award. So we did present this to the city council also. So I'll just kind of read what I read to them. And then you can see in there the nice picture that we got and the nice plaque that we got for the office. So on April 9th, 2025, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources held their monthly meeting in Madison. I, Joe Intihar, James Naparella, and Kean Steffi were in attendance to receive the 2024 Wisconsin Registered Laboratory of the Year Award. Once a year, the Department of Natural Resources Laboratory Certification Program recognizes a laboratory for their outstanding work. There are a total of 228 industrial and municipal laboratories in the program throughout the state of Wisconsin that are audited every 3 years. Lab auditor Patricia Dolflinger from Wisconsin DNR conducted the audit of Hudson's wastewater lab. And then she also wrote in your packet, you've got a bunch of how she answered a bunch of questions about the lab and different things like that. So I wanted you guys aware of this just to point out, you know, the wastewater guys don't get a whole lot of recognition. They have been lately, actually, if you think about it. They've been getting quite a bit, but it just goes to show that, you know, what a great staff we have down there, that they know their job. Obviously, they know their job very well. You know, that they're recognized statewide, you know, amongst 228 other labs that in 2025 or 2024, they were the best. So that's something really to be proud of, I guess. You know, and that also goes back to you guys to, you know, letting us do our job and, you know, giving us the resources and the support to do our job. So I just do want to congratulate my staff on that, and, you know, just thank them for everything that they do down there, and just hopefully they continue to do the great work. So that was it.
So congratulations on that.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
It's one of those things that people don't even want to think about, and only think about it when something goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Exactly.
that's where you caught your cold. You caught the cold in Milwaukee.
That could be it. That
Or
could be
Madison.
it.
Yeah.
That could be it. It's been it's only been a couple days, so I still blame my wife. Like I said. So we don't need any action on that. That's just FYI for you guys.
Yeah, that's great, Kip. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great.
3.4 is the 2024 water utility report card.
So this is something that they actually just started doing this year. So the Wisconsin Waterworks Excellence Project, WWEP, publishes report cards for drinking water utilities in Wisconsin. These report cards provide clear, accessible information to the public about water quality, infrastructure integrity, operational efficiency, financial strength, and communications. Through intuitive public reporting, the WWEP seeks to make the performance and conditions of these critical systems more visible to the people of Wisconsin. The initial WWEP study offers a set of report cards for 572 water utilities regulated by the Wisconsin Public Service Commission for the years 22 and 23, using data from the PSC, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, the original data collected by the WWEP research team. Communications data were collected in 2024. These report cards seek to recognize strong performance, facility accountability, and provide feedback to policymakers and the public. Hudson Public Utilities received the following grades in the respective categories. Water quality and health, we received an A of 96.2%. Infrastructure and operations, we had a B of 89.3%. Finance, we had a B of 86.6%. And communications, we had a B of 89.3%. So the report card is in there in your packet, along with it's a pretty lengthy packet. So it's got the explanations of what all the grades mean and things like that. So I just wanted this out here for you guys to see that we are doing very well, I think. You know, if we're getting A's and B's, that's pretty good. Obviously, we're going to strive for A's next year, but we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. So we do not need action on that or anything. That's just FYI for you guys too.
Yeah, it's great.
Will this be published for the community as well, or?
This will be on the public or on the council meeting on the 19th. So it'll go to the public that way through there.
Yeah, it's a great question, Andy. That's actually a lot easier to understand than the water quality report.
Exactly. Exactly.
Moving on to project updates, 4.1, the utility updates for April.
Okay, so you can see in your packet, we talked about the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources Laboratory of the Year Award. So you can kind of see what's in there. We did have a water main break on April 15th. We had an 8-inch water service that erupted at the intersection of Hagen and Crestview. That has since been fixed and repaired. So you got kind of just some pictures in there. The valve on the right-hand side is what was leaking. The seal had broken, or a couple of the bolts that hold that together had busted or rotted off, I should say. And she was leaking water pretty good out of there. Water tower cleaning, the contractor has finished now, but you can see a couple pictures of them cleaning the water tower on Hanley and on O'Neill water towers. The Deer Path Tower rehab project. So the welders have been busy repairing spots, railings, climbing rails have been removed, and a new top rail has been installed. Sandblasting and painting will start once the repairs have been made. They're anticipating Thursday they're going to be in to start setting up containment and start working on that project. The riser was in good shape. That what the riser is, that's actually the part that goes from the bottom all the way up to the top. So the riser was in good shape from a few repairs that had to be done, and then replacing that slip joint, which is on the left-hand side there. So new coatings, insulation, and jacketing will be installed on that. Slip lining sanitary sewer on the Green Street project. That has been completed. They are actually in yet this week, finishing up some grouting that they had done. So the sanitary is done on the Green Street project. And then we just got the consumer confidence report, which we're not real confident in. So how about that? So that's all I had for updates.
Okay. Other business, it just looks like we're going to change the June meeting from the 10th to the 17th.
Yeah, is that okay with everybody? If we move it to the third Tuesday?
It's fine with me.
Okay, I will make that change and we'll just plan on the June 17th then. Thank you.
Item 6.1 is the utility cash reports.
And again, I'll send out a better copy of that to you guys here yet this week. And you just got payables left yet.
Yeah, does anybody have anything they wanted for that, or just want to wait for those better reports?
Yeah, I'll get them to you at this point.
Okay. And then 7.1 is our approval for the month's utility payables. Did anybody have anything that they want to discuss for this month's stuff?
What were the audit fees with Kerber Rose?
That's our audit that we do every year. So part of our PSC report is that all of our finances get audited on a yearly basis. So you'll actually see the public. You'll see that next month. You'll see that report.
Thank you.
Yep.
Move to approve.
Thank you, Joyce.
Second.
Thank you, Susie. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Those are approved and pass. Does anybody have anything else?
Just one thing, just asking if I could get an agenda more than one day before a meeting. I know I'm new to this committee, but one day is
a lot of
not
times
enough time.
Yeah, a lot of times we're required by law to do 24 hours. And I usually try to get them out usually on a Thursday or a Friday before. It just depends on when things come in. We're waiting on payables. We're waiting on cash reports, different things on when everything can get in. This month we were actually, it was just waiting on some payables. is what we were waiting on. So I do apologize. I know I tried to get that out the weekend before.
Yeah, that'd
so
be great. Just
yeah, we'll try harder. I'll kind of shake the tree a little bit. And
thank you. I
get
appreciate
everybody to step it up a little. So not a problem.
That would be great. I agree.
Yep.
Mhm.
If there's nothing else, we'll
Move to
adjourn.
adjourn.
Thank you, Joyce. Do I
Second.
have a second? Thank you, Pat. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
everybody. Have a good night.
Have a good
You too.
night.